Hello, good morning, family issues viewers. How are you? Happy Sunday. How was the week? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever this video meets you. How's your health? How's everything? The totality of what makes you you. How are you? I hope I meet you well. May God Almighty continue to show you mercy. Today, we've been talking about, for some time, we're talking about your mental health and how to guide and guard your mental health. It's very important that you jealously guide your mental health. Jealously. You don't joke with it because that is your life. That is what keeps you alive. If you are aware of things that are happening right now on the internet, you will see the need why you have to guide and guard your mental health. Yes. Today, we want to look at just being considerate of other people's feelings, because that is how you can guard your own mental health and also help others to guide their own. Because you know the golden rule, do unto others the way you want them to respond to you, to do to you. You cannot expect peace and you are emitting or you are oozing out war. It's not possible, it's not going to work. You want everything to work out for you. You want to guard your mental health. You do not want to help others to also preserve their mental health. No, it's not going to work. And it is not right. And so today I come to you with the notion that you have to be considerate. You have to think about the other person. You, that man, yes, you watching me, you have to think about how your wife, how your sister, how your child, how your friend will feel, or you are at your place of work. You have to think about it. And when we look at being considerate of others, I'm simply saying be thoughtful, be caring to the needs and the feelings and the circumstances of other people. Don't always think about yourself. Humanly speaking, every human being actually, or most human being, is basically a I creature. I, me, mine, my feelings, my heart, my needs, my desires. What about the other person's desires? What about the other person's feelings? What is your mindset about it? Why won't you think about the next person? You are with your husband at home. You're not thinking about how he feels about something. Your husband is not considering how you feel about a decision or about something that would affect you or affect the generality or the totality of the home. I mean, I don't get, because those are part of the things that that bring about rancor. It brings about conflict. As a man, as a head of the home, why on earth will you not consider how your wife feels or how she will feel about a decision you have made? And that is vice versa, because women do it too. Why will you not think about the feelings of your children? How are they going to feel about it? Or you are at work, or you are in your community. Why will you will not consider what other people feel? Does it make sense? So that is the appeal I have brought to you today. Let's take time to consider. Let's take time to consider the feelings of the next person. It might not even be your husband, it might not be your wife, it might not be someone related to you directly. It might just be somebody on the street, somebody at work. You have to think about it. You have to be deeply thoughtful about it. You have to always place the feelings of others Yes, you don't have to superimpose somebody else on over you. I agree. But we are saying that you in also thinking about yourself, in also preserving your mental health, in also preserving your peace, in also trying to preserve the peace around you, also think about the other person. If it was XYZ that did this to me, how will I feel about it? I remember as a growing child, my parents used to ask me, particularly if I have maybe like a strong disagreement with my siblings, my parents would say, "Come." After they've listened to whatever it is that transpired, and they find out that either one of us is the one at fault, you see, the next question they will ask is, if it was you in that person's shoes, how will you feel about it? And that's the question I'm posing to you, and that's the question I want you to run with this week. Put yourself always in the shoe of that person. Put yourself in the shoes of your wife. Put yourself in the shoes of your children. Put yourself in the shoes of your co-worker, of your colleague, of those around you. If the situation was reversed, if it was someone else, how will they feel about it? How will you, who will be at the receiving end, how will you feel about it? So as you walk towards this week, as you journey again in this month of November and walk towards this month of November, always ask yourself, if the table was turned, if it was the reverse was the case, if it was somebody else, how will I feel about it? Sincerely ask yourself that question. How will I really, really feel about it? Will I just say I don't care? There's a lot of I don't care today in this world. Should you really not care? Should you? Should you really not care? If God doesn't care how we feel, if God doesn't care how we are doing, will you think this world will be as easy as it is? Because no matter the problems that happen, can you imagine if God also adds his own anger at us? So please, I want to appeal to every one of us in this new week. Be considerate of the other person. Be considerate of the other person. Think about how the other person feels. And I pray that God will grant you peace, that God will grant you comfort, that this week you will achieve a lot. This week you will not suffer. This week testimonies will abound. I'll see you again this time next week. Please continue to stay in the presence of God and be considerate of others' feelings. Bye bye. Thank you very much. God bless you.